We've been doing this 18 years, and if there's one thing I've said over and over is I always want to make the best coop for the best price. My whole goal, especially recently with the tariffs and inflation and just everything that's going on, people still want to get into the backyard chicken movement, but I get it. If you take a look at our last almost 20 years of chicken coops, they are the best, okay? But they are also priced accordingly. You pay for what you get, especially when it comes to quality. And always remember, my passion in life is about creating the best enclosure for the animals so they are safe, they are healthy, but also to make it extremely easy for you. Well, bottom line is, there is no such thing as a cheap chicken coop, but I am 100% convinced we can make the best coop for the best price, and the latest and greatest answer to that is this Eco Coop. Now, what makes this coop great? Right away, I can tell you it's going to be the price point. Now, there are some things we're going to talk about today that is still the same, and that is one, size is everything. So yes, is this a lot smaller? Absolutely. One of the reasons why it's smaller is I wanted to get the price down. You go into these big brick and mortar stores and you're going to see the Chinese coops. Are they getting a little bit bigger? Yeah, finally, they're finally waking up. But I am not going to lie to you. They will tell you in this little tiny coop, even some of the coops that are about the size of just a hen house on this Eco Coop, they're telling you 6 to 12 chickens. That is an outright lie. So we're going to talk about what are the right number of chickens for this coop. The other thing that is so important for you to understand, and this is probably the part I am most proud of, is getting back to this material right here. Now here you're going to see it painted. Maybe when we edit it, we'll bring it up the raw material, but is that Acre. It is 51% upcycled rice hull, so it's very, very earth friendly. Also, you have the ability to paint it, stain it, cut it. You work it like wood, but it has the benefits like plastic wood, where you have the longevity outside. Now, the nice thing about this is you don't have to paint your coop. You can actually just slap it together and you're all done. But if you want to paint it, it paints beautifully. You want to stain it, it stains beautifully. And there's no defects, okay? It's just an absolute perfect material. It's very consistent, and which also makes it very easy so you don't see any defects when you go to paint and stain. Now, the other thing that I want you guys to understand, because it does have other ingredients that make it literally never rot, it's in theory gonna last forever. It's also bug proof, rot proof, and if I remember correctly too, it also has a high fire resistant rating. Now, as a woodworker, one of the things I love the most about Acre, the consistency of the material. It doesn't have grain, so it's not moving all over the place. So that actually makes our life a lot easier when it comes to machining the material. And when our life is easier, you pay less. It's just that simple. So now this also has what we call a shed roof. And it is pitched. It's pitched to one side, so obviously so that water can drain off. And what that also does, it just makes the overall structure very, very simple. I wasn't sure what I was going to think about it when we were designing it on a computer, but seeing it in person, it's almost perfect. And actually maybe even a touch of modern. I'm not a big fan of modern, but I think it just works beautifully. It is pitched, and also the one thing I was concerned about with having a lower roof on a chicken coop is the roof is metal, and that's another huge selling point to our coops. You look at the Chinese chicken coops, most of them do not have metal roofs. They have the cheap plastic or it's wood. It's not going to last. It's not safe for your chickens. We still use the same exact metal roofing on the Eco Coop that we do all of our regular Carolina coops. Also, speaking of the roof, this too will come in all the other different options that we offer with roofing colors, but our two standards still is black and Galvalume. And speaking of colors too, right here you can see we chose to put on the black hardware because why not match the black roofing? But you will also have that choice between black hardware and the zinc or that silver colored hardware. It is all exterior rated, so you don't have to worry about that. One of the major concerns about having a coop where it's so low to the ground, and yes, maybe some of you already are saying, Matt, all these years you say how great it is to walk into your run. It is. It's lovely, okay? But your chickens don't care if your coop is 4 foot tall or 6 foot tall. All our other coops that are 6 foot tall or taller are for you. However, if you want to save money, this is an excellent solution. But one of the things I wanted to solve is it is not fun having to open up this run door and then go in there, and now you're bending over having to tend to your chickens. Now, yes, we got baby chicks in there right now. We got the food and water right in the front, so that's no big deal. We wanted to make sure when your hens are becoming an adult hen, you actually don't have to go into your coop at all. So let me show you how that happens. If we come over here, we have the very same water system that we put on all of our chicken coops, and that is the high capacity water system right here with the rain barrel. We have a water bar, and we also have the same exact system with the pump, so you can have it circulate in the wintertime. It can come on with a thermostatic switch along with the de-icer down inside there so it doesn't freeze. It's summertime right now. One of the things you can do for your chickens to keep the water cooler is just dump some ice down inside your rain barrel, turn on the pump, circulate that cooler water. But here's the thing, you don't have to go inside now when it comes to your water. Now let's go to the other side. One of the things our customers have said they love about our larger coops with the external feeder hopper, or even the internal feeder hopper with our Craftsman coops, is it makes having chickens so easy because you're not filling a chicken feeder every single day, okay? Now, with the Eco Coop and having this external feeder hopper, here you go. We got some feed inside here. I'm not sure if the chickens are already using it, and I want to say this will hold about 50 pounds, which is ideal because most chicken feed bags are 50 pounds. So it just works. And we have feeder ports on the inside. But what is nice, again, you don't have to worry about going inside your run, bending over, hurting your back. You just add the food right here. A lot of people still want to go on vacation, okay? And you've got chickens, or maybe you're like, well, I'd like to go on vacation a lot and I have no one to watch my chickens. With our setup, we make it that it's so easy that technically you only have to have someone come over, maybe it's your neighbor, to collect the eggs so they don't pile up in the egg hutch, but they don't have to go inside the run. And we find a lot of times people don't want to go inside the run because they're actually scared of chickens. Well, by having the things that are very important, water and food on the outside, your neighbor can't use that as an excuse. So hopefully that makes sense. The other thing that is also very, very critical about all chicken coops, no matter what, is think about it. Before coops were invented, where did chickens go? They went up in the forest canopy, okay? And if we look up in the forest canopy right now, there is a ton of ventilation. That's what chickens want. But what don't you have up in the forest canopy is protection from predators at night. And then also, if you wanted to go collect the eggs, you're gonna be going on an Easter egg hunt. That's all a hen house does. So it doesn't matter if it's with the Eco Coop or the American Coop, Carolina Coop. All the hen house is a place for them to be protected, sitting on the tree branch, in this case the roost bars, but gives you an area to be able to go collect the eggs, but we have that added protection. But again, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of having tons of ventilation. One of the complications of having a small coop is making sure we have room for very large windows like we do here, and also make it so it is just as easy to open and close. If anything, these windows are actually easier to open and close than our Carolina or American coop. So that's actually an interesting point. But we got the same thing. We got the 1/2-inch hardware cloth right here to protect the windows. Same thing on the run right here, okay? So we didn't cheap out right there. It's the same hardware cloth. And then the polycarbonate that we use on our bigger coops, same thing on Eco Coop. And again, we got lots of ventilation, but more importantly, we have cross ventilation. Now, here's the other thing too I love about the Eco Coop. Go right later after watching this video. Don't stop now. When you're done watching this video, go take a good look at especially the Chinese chicken coops. Go look at their egg hutches, okay? This is one of the most important parts, because this is why you have chickens, right? This is where you want to go get the eggs. Their egg hutches are absolute garbage. Ours are not. We're sticking with the same idea of the drop-down door, the metal roof. We got the J channel, we got the gate latch, we got the carabiner right here. And the J channel is here, so one, it protects the edge of that metal. Do you have to put it on? No. But one of the things I do love about the J channel is it also acts as a gutter when it does rain. You just got to make sure you leave that gap right there when you go to assemble it. Very, very simple. I mean, my gosh, look at that, so simple. Now she does have cardboard in here. We're gonna pick that back up. We don't want the baby chicks getting in there, but you get the idea that you have quick, easy access. to get to the eggs when they do start laying. Now, we do only have 2 nest boxes, but guess what? That's fine. We only have 1 4-foot roost bar in there. So you guys know the rule, 1 foot per chicken on the roost bar. So if we have a 4-foot roost bar, how many chickens? 4 chickens. So in theory, we don't need more than 1 nest box, but why not throw in 2? You never know, maybe you got 1 hen that goes broody over here and you want your other ones to still lay. So I just feel it just works out absolutely beautiful. And it's all Acre. This will never, ever rot. Now, do you gotta bend down a little bit if you're an adult to get to the eggs? Yes. Small price to pay to save a ton of money. But the other thing that I have such a huge passion for is making sure that we are teaching our children to get out there and enjoy what it's like to be farming in the backyard. And one of the places they go running to first is right here at the egg hutch. Absolutely love it. Someone told me that another company uses polycarbonate over their entire chicken coop. That's insane. Trust me, heat kills chickens. And if you got polycarbonate over top of your chicken coop, that's a greenhouse. You are gonna heat it up so much. I cannot understand for the life of me why anyone would want polycarbonate over top of their chicken coop. What you want is metal. It's because it's the best material to reflect the heat. You got to keep your chicken coop cool, as cool as possible. Now, I know some of you are like, well, Matt, they need some sunshine. Yes, trust me, they get plenty of sunshine in the run, especially in the morning or when the sun is setting at night. There is one thing that is very different about the Eco Coop compared to all of our other coops, and that is there is no deep litter system inside the Eco Coop like there is in all of our other coops. If you're brand new to this channel and you don't know what the deep litter system is, after watching this video, go watch our other videos. But in a nutshell, the deep litter system is a way you can go over a year without having to clean out your hen house. Now, I've been experimenting with our personal Eco Coop back at our farm, and we have gone 4 months and we can still keep going without having to clean it out. And there's 3 reasons why. 1, ventilation is obviously very important to make sure that you're not dealing with what's really the nuisance of a hen house that you haven't cleaned out, and that is the smell, okay? So if you got a lot of ventilation, there isn't as much smell. The other thing is, I'm not lying to you. I'm not telling you to put 10 chickens in here. It's still the same. Think about, you don't wanna have too big of a baby for too small of a diaper. You gotta keep that diaper in check with the number of chickens that you have. Now, the one nice thing that I will say about the Eco Coop that is another reason why I know we can actually go a lot longer than I originally thought is we do have about 4 to 5 inches right here of a backer board. And I can tell you, again, I'm gonna pick on the Chinese coops, and that is pull-out trays is one of the biggest gimmicks. The other thing is a lot of people, especially when they're building their own coop, they underestimate really needing this backer board area so that the litter stays in there. So we did it with the Eco Coop. Check this out. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm telling you, for the price point, you are getting not only a beautiful coop, a high functioning coop. Oh, we got one that wants to escape. Here we go. You get back in there. The quality of this product is unbelievable, and it is American made. So bottom line is, I hope we did it. Best coop for the best price. Leave your questions and comments down below. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that. Hit that bell so every time I decide to go live, you're there to join me. We'll see you next time. Later.